February is Heart Awareness Month. Heart healthy diets are something that's on a lot of our minds, especially if one of our family members has suffered from heart disease. And the Center of Disease Control says that 1 out of every 4 deaths are related to heart disease. And so a lot of times when that hit close to home, our knee-jerk reaction is to cut out red meat because we feel like it might not be part of the heart healthy diet because of the cholesterol. However, I've got good news for all you beef lovers. Actually, the American Heart Association has declared 9 lean beef cuts heart healthy. And I have a graphic here. It kind of shows you all 9 cuts that have the heart healthy approved logo. And you see the logo there. And when you see that on a cut of meat or on any other product, that means that the American Heart Association has certified that as part of a heart healthy diet. So you have 9 options, anything from lean ground beef to one of the things that we're going to feature today in a recipe, which is sirloin steak. So you can still enjoy that flavorful beef and still be heart healthy. Just make sure to choose one of those lean cuts and then incorporate that with some great vegetables and side dishes to make sure that you'll have an all-around diet that's great for you. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the sirloin. This is a cut, it's a sirloin steak. It's a little bit thicker than most of the sirloin steaks, so you'll just kind of have to look and see. But for this tomato onion steak salad, it's going to be perfect. So I just draw your attention to some of the marbling flecking in the steak, and that is how you determine whether it's select, choice, prime, whatever choice grade that you have here. And you'll see this one has some flecks of marbling, but if you look like a ribeye steak, a lot of times you'll see a whole lot more fat on the outside as well as the inside. Now some of those would not carry that heart healthy stamp of approval, but this one would. We see some, and that's going to add to the flavorfulness of this steak, but it's also going to remain good for our heart. Not only is this a heart healthy product, it also has zinc, iron, your vitamin B complexes, a lot of protein, and it's packed into this flavorful dish that we're going to make. Now, this heart healthy salad doesn't have crazy ingredients. It's things that you probably have in your pantry. So let me show you how you get started. So you take this, and even though a serving is actually 3 ounces of beef, so it would just be the size of a deck of cards. So it's not the entire steak, but this is going to feed a family of 4. So what I have is I'm going to sprinkle on some chili powder, and I already have my grill to medium-high heat. Even though it's an indoor grill, kind of put your hand above it, and if you can feel that it's warm, it's ready to go. And I've already greased it so that we'll get those nice char marks, but we won't lose any of it on the grill. So chili powder, we're going to add some garlic to it as well, some garlic powder. And garlic and beef have a nice umami type flavor pairing, so that's going to bring out some of those flavors as well. And then just some pepper. So not really crazy ingredients, and we're going to make sure to get that on both sides of this steak. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on the grill. And then we're going to season the other side with those exact ingredients, and you can hear the sizzle of this. Of course, you can do this on an outdoor grill, or if you're not really interested in grilling, you can do it in a cast iron skillet. That would be great as well. And so just add some pepper and some garlic, and then at the end we're going to add the salt. So I'm going to leave that right there and then put some more garlic on it. And so one of the neat things about this salad is we're going to also grill the onions. We're not going to leave them out either. And so I have some sweet onions here. I've kind of cut those into thicker chunks. I've greased this side as well. And what we're going to do is we're just going to place those on the grill. And we're going to add a little bit of flavor to them. What I have is a reduced fat balsamic vinaigrette. And so we're going to add a little bit on there. You can brush it on there, or if you don't have a brush, you can just kind of make sure to put that on there. This is going to add some nice flavor to your onions that you're going to put on this salad. And the char marks, when you grill onions, it's going to add nice caramelization, nice color, and it's going to have this sweet flavor almost to your onions. So we're just going to leave these to grill while we prepare our salad mixture. So what we have here is we have a different power mix. So it has some kale, some spinach, some different types of greens for the base of this salad. And I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. And what we have is we have some of that balsamic vinaigrette, the same that I'm putting on the onions here, and we're just going to drizzle that into our green mixture. And then we're just going to toss this around in here. Make sure to get it all nice and coated. So what's going to happen is with that chili powder that's on the steak and the balsamic vinaigrette that's on your greens, you're going to get like a punch of flavor when you're eating this salad. And then you're going to get this nice topped off sweetness with the caramelized onions. And we can't have a salad without tomatoes, right? So we're going to add some tomatoes to the salad, and you're just going to plate it up. Super easy. Salt and pepper on top. So you take the bed of greens and you'll put it down. And then on top of your bed of greens, you'll take your slices, or here I cut up the onions. Slice your steak after it has cooked. And this particular steak here, we cooked it to 145, and that's medium rare. And that's the way I like to eat steak. I feel like it brings out the most flavor, but still has a nice tenderness to it. But if you like your steak more well done, you can cook it to 160 degrees. The only way that you're going to know, though, is with your meat thermometer. So once this cooks, put your meat thermometer in and you can kind of watch it rise, but 145 for medium rare and 160 for well done. When it's reached that temperature, we want to take it off the grill and let it rest. And what we're doing when we let it rest is we're letting all those juices kind of just redistribute throughout that steak, and so that every single bite will be full of juicy, protein-filled, vitamin-packed, heart-healthy goodness. So that is the way to take your steak and make sure it's done, make sure it rests, and then we'll flip these. The onions probably need almost as much time as the steak, so when you put them on together, they'll come off about the same time. And then when we flip the onions, we want to make sure to put a little bit more balsamic vinaigrette on the other side to make sure that we get all that flavor. And look how simple. You know, Valentine's Day is celebrated in February, but you don't have to wait for a special holiday. You can eat this great dish and feel really good about it. So if you have questions or want to know more heart-healthy recipes, or maybe want to know more about cooking lean beef, contact your local extension office and we'd be happy to help.